Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Whitton and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chats. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong live for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats. Hopefully a couple of you are up on it and up early, making it happen. Early, 10 past 8 is not really early, is it? Let's face it. You might be right there. Morning, Justin. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining. Thanks for jumping on. Great to have you here. A few of the early birds already I can see there. Hey, Jeff. Bunty's in the house as well. Good morning to all of you. Fabulous to have you here. Thanks for popping along. Luke's in the house. Some of the regulars here today, which is awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic to have you here, team. For those who don't know, Jason Whitton's my name. Do the intros while things are warming up on the live stream. We've been doing this thing called the Wealth Coffee Chat for a little while. 10 past 8 each weekday. We've been chatting about the idea of property investing, going the distance, creating wealth, etc. Been property investing over 20 years, 25 years actually. Helping property investors buy and keep their properties for over 20. We're in our 21st year in business, myself and Sam and Shay and the team. So if you're new, then that's a little bit about who we are and what's going on if you're popping by the Wealth Coffee Chats. If you are new, say hello in the chat. Give us a shout out. Let us know what you're up to. Good to have you here. Hey, today I thought tell you a bit of a story. Like it's an interesting one when you're running a business, when you're starting to support customers and bits and pieces. As you grow and progress, so too do your customers. Now, like I said before, we're in our 21st year. Jeff. We're in our 21st year. Some of our customers and clients have been with us pretty well right from the start, 20 plus years. Now, those investors are now saying, hey, I've got all these properties, I've done these investments. What now? So today I thought we might talk about that and a little bit of a cheeky invite to some of you who might be in this certain spot or level or position. So hang around till a bit later on, closer to the end. We usually hang out for about 15 minutes in Wealth Coffee Chats. And I'll talk to you about about a little something we've got going on. Maybe you might be interested. Anyway, there you go. So listen, we always talk about this at our mentoring and in our coaching. We talk about, hey, what do you want? For you and I, property investing or investing in general, whether it's property, whether it's shares, whether it's business. Investing, you want those investments to create some or potentially all of your, there you go. Nice, Jeff. Nice. Morning, Rosie. Some or all of your income, right? That's what we want. We want our investments to do that for us as we go over. So, we always have a look at this. How much do you want? How much do you need? What are your wants and goals? And so, let's just have a bit of a look at this. Let's say, all right, what I've got to do? I've just got to make sure I put this little thing over the top. There we go. That's what we need. Let's have a look at, how much do you need? Let's say, and I've done this a fair few times. You guys know the drill. Morning, Sunny. I need 100 grand to make sure, and this is after we've got our debts paid off. You've got, your home paid off over a period of time into the future. Hey, I'd love to have a little bit extra to sort of spend on whatever I like. And then, let's get funky. Let's have, another 50 and go, right. My total income goal is 200K. When we reverse engineer what that looks like, when we have a look at our the number of properties we might need, the level of the level of income, whatever that might be, if you do the math, I always say, 200,000 divided by 5%, that gives you $4 million worth of real estate. So we have a look at this, right? So we go, all right. And this is nothing new for some of you who've been around a while. Okay, I need $2 million worth of real estate there or $2 million worth of assets. It doesn't even matter if it's real estate, but we're talking about real estate here. Another $1 million worth of real estate, another $1 million worth of real estate. Now, all of this, folks, by the way, is predicated on being debt-free or portions of your portfolio being debt-free to create income. That's what this is all about. And we say, righto, well, to get all of this, I need 4 million of free equity, call it FE, free equity, creating, a 5% return so I can get my 200K. Fabulous, wonderful, awesome. You got a goal, you got something to aim at. That's what we need, right? That's the idea. That's the thing when it comes to creating this portfolio, which is awesome. So, we've got our numbers. We need to understand, what else goes into that. And the idea that we sort of know we need to get sort of $4 million worth of real estate. That's going to be between sort of maybe 5 and 7 investments, maybe 4 to 6, depending on how many you buy. So you get into it, you acquire, you get your 5 investments, and then maybe you get your PPR, maybe you get, one in your super, and then that's your portfolio. You get this done, right? So this can take, this could take anywhere from 3 to 10 years, right? That sort of timeline, right? And so we're like getting into it, get it, tick all the investments, we got our strategies. This is this acquisition phase. How do we lend? What do we do? How do we keep going, connect, educate, et cetera, which is awesome. All right. Now, yeah, exactly, Luke. Right. So this is, today's might be a good conversation for you, Luke. And Brendan, how are you, mate? Yeah, it feels a bit like that, doesn't it? Who feels at the back end of this year it's just getting a bit like Lulu crazy out there? All right. As you're going along, it's just a bit mad. It's just a bit mad, I tell you. Crazy times. Anyway, acquisition. We've got our properties, we've got our investments. There might be other investments going on, whatever's happening here for you, right? So, the value of your real estate's going up and, the cost of your debt is going down and, your income's going up, which is always awesome to have. Your rents are Your rents are going up like that as well. So, there's a pretty little picture, and we go, right, where's the gold? Where's the opportunity? It's over here. There's all the dollars. There's all the cents. Luke's right here in the middle of consolidation. Luke's in this sort of like, all right, well, now what? What do I do now? Like, all right, this is the big question. All right. It's pretty interesting. This is sort of the conversation, the commentary that I sort of want to have a conversation about today is, what do we do at this stage? How do we get ourselves ready? How do we get ourselves ready from consolidation? We call this the maintain, maximize, manage, maintain, and maximize situation. Now, manage the properties, manage your money, maintain it, right? So at the end of the day, you've got to make sure your properties are taken care of. Just because now you purchased them doesn't mean you never have to touch them again. And maximize their value. Sometimes you've got to add value to the property. Maybe you buy a secondhand property and you need to renovate. Maybe you bought the property and now it's 15 years old or 10 years old and it needs a freshen up. Whatever it is, it's maximize, maintain, manage. Sometimes, folks, and a few of you are already doing this with us, sometimes you've got equity. Sometimes you've got quite a lot of equity in here. And, you maximize that, not necessarily having to buy another property because you've got your portfolio. Well, now you might accelerate your income using that equity pretty interestingly or wisely, joint ventures and other bits and pieces. Now, that's perfect, Luke. So you've got a low LVR. That LVR will continue to go down over time. Some of the equity will continue to go up, and hopefully your rents do too, and it starts to compound into the future. Now, here's the big question. How do we get ready as we go along? Because this is the interesting thing in this phase here, and this is kind of like a long way about going around, tell a bit of a story. But, Positive's life, PRE, we started our business life here. This is where we're like, all right, well, let's help people buy things because that's what Positive was good at, right? So we were Australia's first buyer's agent when there was no such thing as a buyer's agent. And then, our customers purchased the properties. We helped them buy the properties. We were good at finding, but then what? Then people needed things like, finance. They needed things like property management. They needed things like accounting. They needed things like financial planning, right? They needed things like, other investments, right? So, and so as the business grew, we sort of grew the business to sort of help out here, right, as we went along. And then, really at the end of the day, right now, as part of the conversation today is this, like, as we flow through here, the Positive group and the Positive business is growing. So too you guys, our clients, hopefully benefiting from the things we're supporting you with. And, the question is, well, all right, I'm in consolidation. Luke, awesome. Luke's, doing some joint ventures and helping accelerate paying down the debt, maximizing the use of his equity. Fantastic. Tick all the boxes. Away you go, right? So, Positive along the way, how do we support our clients? Well, over here, we've got a program called Lifetime Mentoring, right? So this is where what we call our Portfolio Builder program. This is where we help you build the portfolio, over here. And that one sort of grows into this sort of section, right? But what is going on over in this section? And just recently, some of you might already know that I've been hanging out with Andy Fenton. You guys know the drill. Andy and I have been working on extending or creating some stuff for business owners. All right. So we kind of, this was for Lifetime Mentoring was created for the demand of by and large people in Korea, PAYG, but now we sort of, we created some content for business owners. We call it sort of on-ramp, which is lifetime mentoring for business owners, really, at the end of the day. So then what's the long way about going around saying something here today? Well, so, the conversation is that right now, over the last sort of 18 months, we created an extension part of, this stuff here called the exit plan, right? The exit plan, we call it TEP. And the exit plan is talking about helping business owners, and this was a realization for us. This was an idea of helping business owners exit their businesses in a certain way. You might put it under management, you might sell it, you might whatever, but it was about accumulating assets and then sort of exiting in a way that, that works. And we came up with 27 strategies for business owners to accelerate their wealth and exit into lifestyle legacy phase. Interestingly enough, which was the crossover of property investors, you and I, we might have our PAYG earning jobs. The crossover between the 27 strategies we can use for business owners, and let's say for you and I, if we're on the PAYG world, we've got a career, we work for someone else, well, then the crossover, there's 21 strategies for exiting, for moving into lifestyle and legacy that we've built out. So we've decided this coming November, October, November, this coming November, we're going to combine what we call the 1% clubbers, the 1% club, sophisticated investors, those who've got $2.5 to $3 million of real estate or more, those who are in retirement's not the right age, but so those who are planning an exit from how they're structured in their investing world to a different way of owning and creating income. You might transform some of your assets from one place to another, like into super. You might consider some structures, some trading structures, like an investment company for tax effectiveness. There's all sorts of conversations. So, folks, we want to invite those who are interested to come along to a 3-day event that we run for these business owners. We want to invite our lifetime mentoring clients, you in mentoring, those who are at that point, the 1% club, 3 properties or more, plus the home and the super stuff, to come along and have a conversation with us about what we're doing here. So I thought I'd sort of talk about that today and chuck it out there. If anyone's on right now and you're going, hey, that sounds good to me. We get together for 3 days. We go through lots of financial planning and accounting and structuring stuff, tax minimization, alternative asset investments, all sorts of really cool bits and pieces, and really focused on transitioning from that consolidation stage into the lifestyle stage and getting it right. And we hang out with like-minded people, do some cool things. So if you're keen, if you're interested, keep an ear out. Give us a little comment in the chat if you're keen. But we're going to invite a bunch of you down to Melbourne with us to come along for 3 days and have a good time. But there you go, team. That's about it from me today. Thought I would talk about the idea that, over time, not only do we grow as investors, the positive business has grown, and the programs and the support and the education and the services have grown too. And we're launching a new combination of exit planners in business and the lifetime mentoring coaching as a combo. So might be a bit of fun. Might be something that you're excited to come along and have a little conversation about. But there you go. Awesome, folks. Anyway, that's about it from me today. I'll leave you with a little video, so hang around. About this is what we did in one of the recent ones, and you'll get a bit of a feel for what the event might be like. Anyway, there you go, folks. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Bye for now.
In order to sail a boat, you need multiple people focusing on one part of the journey in order to get that ship sailing within an inch of its life. And the same thing is true when it comes to your team, your core four. And ultimately, our role is to give you the awareness. We're the mentors in this piece, to provide you with the knowledge of what's possible.
Key takeaway, and I've found that with all my comrades here, that if only we knew this 10 years ago.
Good morning, everyone. How are we all? We want to make sure we bring value every time you come away, but also for you guys to connect and meet other people on this journey and find some travellers.
To be in this environment where you're like, oh my God, this is exactly the information I've been seeking for, but it's all condensed into the one event. It was just amazing, amazing.
Episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the